That intro reminded me of the last Airbender. You know, fire, earth, wind. But anyways, that's besides the point. The topic for today is the build that I've been running for about 2 or 3 months. It's been tried and tested by yours truly, unlike a lot of other YouTubers who just give you a random ass build and say that it's just goated or whatever. None of that crap. What I'm going to go through today is the height and weight, and then I'm going to get into the skill tree and then the perks. And throughout all of it, I want to be proving to you that it actually is a really good build by showing you proper clips against proper players, proper teams. It's all going to be 11v11 comp clips. I'm not going to be showing you clips against a 2-man Division 9 team, even though the AI is incredible. Just 2 things before we get started. The first is that I've been a GK for 5 years. I know all the ins and outs. This isn't a flex. I'm not a weed guy. Not really. All I'm trying to say is that you can trust what I'm telling you. And the second thing is, if you want a place to talk pro clubs or a place where you can talk about any of your positions that you play, if you want to upload a free agency post, if you want to upload your clips where I can watch them or other people can, jump into the Discord. There's a whole bunch of things going on every day. I'm in there, I'm posting a bunch of weird stuff, and it's a good time overall, so come say hello. Alright, shut up, madman, just get into the build. Let's go! The first thing that we gotta talk about is the height. And currently, I'm a tall ass motherfucker. My height is 6'4", and if you use the centimeters metrics, that comes to about 193 centimeters. And with regard to the weight, I'm a little bit chunky. I'm at 149 pounds, which is 68 kilograms. And honestly, it's working wonders. It's the perfect balance between being very tall, where you can reach every single shot, but also being really quick. You know, you can make double saves, you're able to save sweaties now. And not just that, but by going this height and weight, you've got ST reflexes, and pretty much the number one thing is that you're responsive. Whatever you do with your controller, your guy does it pretty instantly, and that's what you want. So just in general, this height and weight combination, it's just... I'm getting cancelled. Now, the running style is also something that's pretty important. Ideally, you want a running style where you can spread your arms a little bit. You know, make yourself a little wider. That's what I like to go for at least. And for that, I use the peacock. I don't know, there's not much more to say. It's just something that I've been running for the whole of FIFA 22, and it's worked really well for me. So, thumbs up from me, I suggest it. Whew. Okay, let's move on to the skill tree. First and foremost, the physical skill tree. And this is highly debated. Do I go for the extra reactions? Do I get 100 plus? Or do I just leave it alone and not risk it? And my answer to it is literally don't touch it. Now, I don't generally like to blame anything. You know, if I concede a goal, it's my fault. However, this is the one exception that I'm going to make, where if you add reactions to your build, you're going to cop it. It's only a visual glitch. You know, if it was actually to improve your goalkeeping, it'll be on the goalkeeping side of your skill tree. I've heard and I've seen way too many glitches associated with it. So if anyone tells you to add it, just don't listen to them. I've run my build without it all of this time, and believe me, you don't need it. Now, onto defending, you literally need nothing to do with this. You might make a case where you have to rush out of your box and then maybe slide tackle a player or something, but no. Don't worry about that. Just focus on being inside of your box and save your skill points for other things like dribbling. I've said this so many times, to be an elite goalkeeper, you need to be good on the ball, and by having good balance, good agility, and good ball control, you're able to move really quickly just using your left stick. You know, the opposition can't really catch you. You feel a lot safer on the ball, so it'll help you to play out. So just in general, by slapping on 1 balance, 1 ball control, 1 agility, and 1 dribbling, you're doing yourself a big favor here. Now moving on to passing, I just have one important short passing trait on. I used to always be indifferent with passing, but with FIFA 22, if there's one thing that I can help you out with, it's using R1Xs. Honestly, like the intro that I had, just short passing with R1Xs, your passes always get there. It's very unlikely that the opposition will intercept it, and it really saves you the skill points when you're able to use R1Xs properly. And even for long passing, just using square on PlayStation and X on Xbox, as long as you put good enough power on it, I'm telling you, there's going to be no dramas. Next up, shooting, and unless you're taking penalties for your team, which you're not, then you don't need anything. Now scrap that, even if you're taking penalties, just don't. Does anyone remember back in FIFA 15 or 16 how you could go on those mad goalkeeping runs and somehow your shooting was cracked? I don't know why I'm bringing this up. Okay, the second last thing is pace, and pace is so important, especially for things like coming out of your box. You want to be able to be quick, you want to be able to get there before the opposition can ball roll you or shoot, and by having good acceleration, by having good sprint speed, you're able to do that. It's most likely the second best trait as a goalkeeper to have good pace, so I'd put everything on it besides the cheater archetype, because you really feel the difference. And last but not least, of course, goalkeeping, and just FYI, there's no mucking around here. Double down on all the ones that you can, like handling, kicking, and reflexes. This has to be all used, and this is what you need to be focusing on firstly. And as you move on to higher levels, make sure you put on the other traits that you've seen me put on. Whew. That's the first two parts done. I'm finished talking about my height and weight and also my skill tree. However, just to finish it off, I want to be talking about the 2 perks that I'm running in comp and also the third one that I would be running if I was level 20 or whatever. And I want to talk about the camera angle that all goalkeepers need to be running. So let's get into the first thing, the perks. And the number one thing for me is the quick reflux. It's really that simple. It definitely helps for 1v1s, it helps whenever the opposition is near you, and you just get faster, more reactive animations, and for me, that's a really important thing. Now, the second thing for me is the clutch save. Obviously, it helps boost your goalkeeping attributes after the 75th minute, and I think that's a nice little reassurance, whether you're winning or losing or drawing. It's nice to know that your goalkeeping stats have been boosted, and you know, pulling off that nice little 90th minute save, the party chat's all lovey-dovey, everyone thinks that you're the best goalkeeper. It's just the greatest feeling out of any game on PlayStation, I don't care what you say. And finally, if I were eligible for a third perk, I would definitely be going for the GK one-on-one. I've made a video on how to rush out properly, and it doesn't require the fast rush, so I think if you time when to rush out, you're going to be getting to the ball before the opposition can do anything anyway. So the thing that you want to be getting is good animations, and the GK one-on-one gives you that. And with the perks out of the way, we can finish the video off by me telling you the camera angle that you should be using. And that indeed is the pro camera angle, as you've probably seen through my millions of clips. Look, I know a lot of people talk about the frame rates aren't great. I know that a lot of people complain that it cuts out some parts of the field. And look, it's not great, but it's definitely the best thing that you're going to get. You can tell exactly how far away he is from your box. You can tell when he's going to shoot. And one of the most important things is the fact that you can see the gaps between your defenders. And those gaps usually mean that the opposition's going to shoot that way or going to try to dribble into those gaps. And for those reasons and a million other more, which I'll get into in another video, believe me when I say that you want to be giving yourself the best possible advantages, and by using the pro camera, it's one of the things that helps give you it. So on that note, I'll leave you to it. Wherever or whenever you're viewing this video, thank you for watching this long, and just make sure that no one's on your level.